How does it feel to be here?
Feels great, you know. I mean, so far everyone's been really welcoming, and I'm really excited to get started.
What were the main factors in you deciding to join the club on loan for the season?
Well, obviously, you know, given my past, I've gone out 3 times now to non-league in the past, and I've played at every other step before this, so I figured this was just a natural progression to help me get to where I want to get to.
And obviously, academy graduate Jaden Wareham, he's gone on to Chelsea. And what has he told you about the club?
He's always looked back very positively at Woking. I mean, I think he came in at a very young age. He did quite well with himself and managed to get that move over to Chelsea. So he's always been very complimentary of the opportunities they gave him. So hopefully, I can get some of those opportunities myself and make the most of them.
And before that, obviously, we've had Nathan Baxter here on loan again from Chelsea, and he's gone on to great things. How much of an inspiration is that to see someone like that come
Absolutely.
here and do well?
I mean, I think the thing with Nathan is he kind of proved that it's possible. So he's laid the foundation, he's kind of shown the pathway. And I think that if I can, in 3 years' time, be in the Championship like where he is, then I'll be doing very well for myself.
Obviously, you're American born, you've grew up there and you moved over here 5 years ago. What was that transition like, and do you think you've adapted? Do you feel sort of British now?
People keep telling me that I'm losing my accent, so I need to get back over there and repatriate, I think. But no, it was a difficult transition the first couple of years that I was here, and it was a complete shift from having to leave everything that I'd known for the first 15 years of my life to what's over here in the UK. But now that I've gotten settled and I've gotten the experiences that I've gotten, I'm really grateful that I was able to have that opportunity when I was such a young age, and when I was able to kind of mould and adapt to the things around me. So I think it's been a brilliant thing for me personally, especially with all the football stuff that's just managed to happen. So hopefully we keep making the most.
On the football side of things, how much does the game differ in America and
massively.
What are the key differences?
Well, when I first moved over, everything just seemed a lot more tactical than I was used to at the time when I was 15. As I've gotten older here, there's a lot more of a physicality that I've noticed, especially playing with men's football this past couple of seasons. There's such an intensity and a physicality that when I was playing through the youth system in the US, it wasn't quite the same. But now that I've been over in the UK and I've gotten used to that, it's been a much more challenging environment for me to be able to develop in.
And we've got a regular here over the last couple of seasons in Craig Ross. You would have met him yesterday in your first training session. What is the sort of plan with how are you going to push each other to be better?
There's only one shirt in goalkeeping, so every goalkeeper who comes into the club's aware of that. So obviously him and I are going to have to be competing this season. He's a well-seasoned pro at this level, so I'd be hoping that over the course of the season there's a few things that he'll be able to teach me, and hopefully there's a couple of things that I'll be able to push him on and teach him for. Obviously both of us want that number 1 shirt, so I hope that we just have a good competition, can support each other with whoever ends up getting on the pitch every day.
And finally, obviously coming through the academy at Chelsea, and you being a Chelsea fan when you were a kid, what are the sort of pinch me moments you've had during your time there?
Of course, there's loads. I mean, you walk around from going from a small place in North Carolina where I'm from to coming over to London, and all of a sudden the people you saw on FIFA, the people you've seen on TV, and all of them kind of becoming your coaching staff or the people who are mentoring you. There's loads of those pinch me moments. I mean, when I first started interacting with Peter Cech, who's sadly just announced that he's leaving, but when I first started working with him, I mean, he was a guy who I grew up looking and idolizing and watching all of the games that he played. So meeting him, meeting the different people like John Terry, meeting Frank Lampard, meeting all these massive English and Premier League idols who've come through Chelsea and done very well. Getting to meet them and learn off of them has been a fantastic experience. And of course, it's a pinch me moment every time that you're gonna speak with them. So.
Well, perfect, and we look forward to seeing you hopefully next week for the first pre-season game.
Yeah, looking forward to it.